Hi everyone, Mature Simmer here. Early morning on the farm here. Decided I wasn't going to get up quite as early as I did last time. You know, for obvious reasons probably, because it was dark, it was hard to see, and we didn't need as much time. And right now we've kind of got that reality that there's only going to be so much we can do. So our soybeans are growing. I've taken a look at other fields, and kind of the smallest field on the map is about 2 acres, and we're pretty close to about half that size if I look at the map. So if you check out the map here, this field is 2.2 acres. You know, so we might be approaching an acre in size of our field. So certainly nothing huge, and therefore, once again, I think expecting a large profit off this field is going to be pretty foolish, but we've got to get started somewhere. The work to get done today would basically be getting our second layer of fertilization on that field. That's the first thing I'm going to focus on. And yeah, we're going to get a continuing reminder about how nice it would be to have more horsepower every time we do anything. All we're doing is pulling a spreader with fertilizer. And you can see how difficult this is for everything that's happening. Alright, so we should be, yep, we are depositing fertilizer. We can see it going down. So I'm going to try to see if I can get it to work this way. Obviously we can hear the rain hitting our cab. So I do enjoy the fact that at least I was able to find an affordable low horsepower tractor that had a cab in it. You know, a lot of the older stuff, a lot of times they're late model open air tractors, and not that I'm made of sugar, I'm certainly not that sweet, but it's not exactly fun being out in the pouring rain in October. So yeah, the challenge we're going to have now here is, once again, how do we know that we're covering the same space? I'm going to do this, we'll then take a look at the map. I just think this is not going to work quite as nicely as I would have liked, but let's hope. Alright, amazingly, it looks like I did alright. These white lines, again, as a reminder, are the rolling, so I'm going to turn that off just so it doesn't confuse our view as we go forward. But yeah, there's going to be some work here. I can kind of see the tracks from the spreader. Although I do say it is a bit of a challenge. Okay, maybe it's a lot of a challenge. Looks like I'm lined up, I guess. Yeah, there they are off to the... I think you can see them out through the window. And there they are in front of us. But I'm pretty sure this is going to be a substantial amount of overlap if I'm being really careful. But I'm not sure there's a better way to do this without just sticking right next to what I've been doing. Because I think if I go... what just happened? Did I just turn completely in a circle and miss the field? Alright, I'm facing the field now. There we go. Okay. Oh boy. Like I said, this is just such a challenge to work in this space here. Alright, let's get going again. Now I can't see tracks at all, so I'm guessing I'm totally offline. So I think I missed something even though I'd prefer not to. Boy, oh boy. The challenges of farming in the woods here. Alright, well, now we're about on line where we want to be. I think I see the tracks again. There they are, kind of peeking in and out of the beans. There's definitely tracks of some sort. Whether I'm online or not remains to be seen, I guess. I think I've just literally gone over what I did before. Wow. It's almost making me think like GPS is almost required, but the problem ends up being, like I said, because I'm going to be replacing equipment right now so frequently, it just is really hard to justify that as an expense that makes sense. So I'm seeing things, it's just, am I following tracks that I should be following? Or am I following tracks that I've already gone over? Alright, well, amazingly, I did what I was supposed to do. The nice part of the pain here is at least I'm not whatchamacallit, not wasting a ton of time. Alright, so I need to go this way. If I missed it, then my aim is bad. I got most of it. Alright. So I think I'm going to line up visually with the map. But yeah, there's just almost no way to do it any other way at this point, which is certainly not being really accurate with the map per se, or with the concept, because you know that's not something we'd normally be able to look at. Let me head over. I think we need to be more this way. I'm thinking I'm leaving a segment undone in between, but we're not really going to know until we get up here. So let's see. Yep. Alright. So it's easy enough now with the tree behind us, because I can basically say I need to go and line up kind of next to the tree here and then head more this way. It's a little bit more that way. So like I said, it's definitely tricky in how this all plays out. I just didn't see the volume increasing now. I was worried I wasn't fertilizing. But it is slowly leaving. Alright, and obviously we turned there. Alright, I think I see where I was. So I'm going to assume that track next to me is it. I think I'm drifting away again. So let me head over there, because I know I went near the tree here, so that should be close. Alright. I mean, again, we're going to miss a bit, but I think it's the best we're really going to be able to do, because at some point it becomes a challenge to, you know, try to do it all. You end up wasting more fertilizer than you solve problems with. Alright, well, I see tracks, so again, I think I'm on the right track. I guess, pun intended. Just is the right set of words, if nothing else. Alright, it looks like we came down there. I mean, I think I'm getting a little bit of a pattern here, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling supremely comfortable here. Alright, so it looks like maybe there. Again, we'll see what it looks like. Oh wow, I missed a big part at the end. Wow. So yeah, clearly struggling with spatial perception. I don't know how else I'd describe it. Alright, so I think, yeah, alright, that gives me that. And then we're going to have this segment here that we're dropping onto. Circle around this tree. And then we should have a segment roughly here that kind of gets that piece. And we'll see how sloppy it was. Not too bad. Alright, we'll come back, we'll get this one, but like I said, I'm not sure that the rest really warrant the effort. You know, we've got to come back anyway. See, so it's like this way. It's again like every time I'm kind of on the direction of a tree, and that would make some sense because obviously I'm trying not to hit things. Alright, so let's go put ourselves away here. Put our implement down. But yeah, even that only took us an hour. So definitely a small field requires small work right now. You know, and our total 843, so we've used barely 150 liters of fertilizer to do everything on that field. So at this point, I definitely am going to start needing some cash, and I'm not going to be generating a lot of it off this field as we've determined, so we're going to go start taking out some more trees. I'm going to start with these at the southern end here. I don't know that I'm going to pull this one that I'm heading toward, that I'm going by right here. I think I'm going to leave that one, because I don't know that I want to go that far over. You know, we'll see what things look like once I do some other things. I'm going to end up shoving these, which is fine. Not quite what I had totally planned, but want to at least get connected up to the trailer, and once I take the tree down, I'll figure out what I want to do then. Alright, so let's go take a look. Even when you're on the ground, it's almost sometimes a challenge. Alright, so that's up the hill. So this is down the hill. And so yeah, that tree I'm leaving. But basically I think it's like this tree, that tree, the next tree. So I think it's these three, and then those three. Question is, do I want to take out all 6 right now? There's not really a reason not to, other than just, it's a lot of time, but I can, you know, spare you the fun if I need to. But I don't think we're going to be in a situation where we have too much money, so it's hard to argue that it makes sense to pull out as much as we can and replenish our coffers here. So these trees are long. There is no doubt about that. Now, let me see, I think if I just cut this end off, it'll just go away. Correct. See, and this almost goes all the way to the end of the field, so like, yes, I'd take this one and this one, but that other one, and it's just elusive, because I think what I'll do is it's just going to be quicker. I'm just going to take these 3 out and take them down, and that way I know what I've got and they're laying there, and it might speed things up a bit because I can just cut them up, load them, sell them, and I might even be able to, mix and match pieces of the trees because there is obviously a little bit of overlap, so, right. And then we'll take out the third. In my head, I know what I'm explaining. I'm probably doing a terrible job in a way that makes sense to you guys, but I just may be able to do a lot less walking, at least for a segment of this. Whoops. Always a problem when you're using the keyboard and trying to move. Goodness gracious. Alright. Hopefully this will all trim off as it should. Looks like it is. And then once we are going, whoops, that's not really what I wanted. There's a lot of foliage around this forest, no doubt about it. Alright, let's see. Does that just then go away? Nope, of course not. But I'm sure I can make it go away. There we go. That's just small enough, it's not really going to matter. Alright, so I'm going to basically break these down into loadable pieces and load them and get them for sale. So I'll see you when I'm done. So heading back after my last tree. So hopefully you kind of enjoyed the work there. Sped up, obviously, quite a bit, but whoop. Shoot. Did not mean to go through anybody's field. Hopefully didn't cause any significant difficulty there. I just obviously am a little off in where I'm going, so let me get my bearings. So we are likely going to go ahead and make some changes on our equipment tomorrow. I do like the cash amount we have. As I said, I think there's another tractor that the shop told us about that's about $25,000 at the base, and this gives us some room for options. I think we have more than enough to buy the harvester right now, but I don't know that we have enough to do both. But the benefit will be if I need to haul some more trees, at least I'll have some more power, and I'm going to have some other options then to just determine if we swap out our starting equipment and start going for things that are going to allow us to be more effective and grow a lot faster than we've been able to or will be able to with what we have. Because, I'm at least willing, if I can get a tractor that is over 100 horsepower by a good amount, it'll make some sense to maybe assume that we will keep that around for a while. But in the woods here, and just with the inability to see easily any other way, I think taking advantage of getting some guidance on our equipment is going to be key to making things function appropriately. The other thing that I will say I'm a little bit disappointed with is, you can see we did get rid of 6 trees. That's not going to give us a whole lot of anything. Literally, it's this space here. And really, if we get rid of another row, we'll get a little bit, but then we're right up on the 10. So, we're a little constrained with this here, which is once again why I want to go ahead and do something with another piece of equipment, because we're going to have to look in other areas of our land, and the problem is I think what we've got here is on this incline, and so we're always going to be struggling with that. But we at least, went from 8,000 to 40,000, so we got another 32,000 into our coffers from work on timber. All of our income has been on timber. Obviously, the crops are still growing. Just kind of getting ready. It's a little bit of an early night, but even starting at 8, we're able to get 6 trees removed, fertilize the field. It's been a productive day. It's just showing the challenge, certainly, of working out here and just trying to get things going. There's always something more we need. There's always something we have to change in what our thought was. So somehow I thought we'd get a lot more space by eliminating those trees here on the south end, and clearly I was wrong, because at best it's gonna, add a 1/4 acre of additional farmland. Again, we'll certainly utilize it. That was the whole point of clearing it out. So for next time, we will expand the field a bit once we get the soybeans done. We may even do it a little bit early. We're just not obviously going to plant anything into it, and we might not be able to quite link up. But we'll see what tomorrow brings. But as I said, I think at this point I feel good, and I'd like to use some of the money I've made to make some improvements to the equipment we have so that we can keep moving forward as best we can. I will see you next time.